Hey friends, welcome back to day 2 of our New Year series. As we look back on the past year, some seasons may feel like all our nets came up empty. We tried, we worked, we prayed, and yet nothing seemed to change. Maybe there were moments when hope felt risky, or disappointment settled in quietly, and we wondered if it was even worth trying again. Today, we're pausing together to bring all of that to God and trust Him as we step into the new year with hope and obedience. Let's ask Him to help us try again, this time with Him leading the way. Let's pray. God, I come to you in this quiet in-between moment when one year is ending and another has not yet begun. I don't rush past what this season has been. You already know every part of it. You saw the effort I put in when no one else noticed. You counted the prayers I whispered when faith felt fragile. You stayed near on the days I showed up tired, unsure, and still willing. And today, I bring you all of it, the gratitude and the grief, the faith and the fatigue. I feel a lot like Peter after that long night on the water. Skilled enough to know the work, experienced enough to know how fishing usually goes, and tired enough to doubt that anything different could happen. I showed up, I stayed late, I casted the nets. Yet they came back empty. But God, you didn't meet Peter with frustration or correction. You met him with your presence. You stepped into his ordinary moment, stood beside him in his exhaustion, and invited him to trust you again. You knew that obedience, even when tired, could unlock something far greater than striving. I confess that too often I rely on my own reasoning. I measure what's possible by past results. I decide when something is over based on disappointment. I assume that if it didn't work before, it never will. But you invite me into a different way of living, a life where trust matters more than certainty, where listening matters more than control, where obedience opens doors I could never force open on my own. As this year comes to a close, I don't want regret to shape the year ahead. I don't want disappointment to dull my faith or fear to quietly lead my decisions. So I pause here with you. I lay down the pressure to figure everything out. I release the need to protect myself from hope. I surrender the belief that I already know how this story ends. And I ask you to help me trust you again, not with loud declarations, but with quiet obedience. If you are asking me to try again, to pray again, love again, to believe again and step forward again, give me the humility to respond, even when I'm tired, even when my heart feels cautious, even when I don't see how it could turn out differently. Teach me how to listen for your voice above my fear, my doubt, and my exhaustion, because you see what I cannot see. You know the timing I don't understand. You know what's happening beneath the surface, even when it looks like nothing is changing. Lord, help me believe that when you ask me to cast the net again, you're not setting me up for disappointment. You're inviting me into something deeper, a deeper trust, deeper dependence, and sometimes deeper blessing. Remind me that obedience is never wasted, even when it feels small. So today, I choose to trust you again. I choose to believe in your timing over my urgency, to believe that you are at work, even when I can't see results yet. As I stand here between years, I place what didn't work into your hands. I trust that you can redeem what feels unfinished. You're able to bring growth from places that felt barren. You're able to restore what felt wasted. You're able to fill what has been empty for far too long. I trust that you can do more with my small obedience than I could ever do with endless effort on my own. Lord, whatever you choose to do next, help me trust your heart. Whether the miracle is immediate or still unfolding, help me remain faithful. When I hesitate to move forward, remind me that you go before me, and that you never ask me to step where you have not already been. Let this next season be shaped by closeness with you, not driven by striving or fueled by comparison, but rooted in trust. Give me the courage to try again, not in my own strength, but leaning fully on you. I want to begin this new year anchored in your presence, attentive to your direction, and willing to respond when you speak. So if you say to cast the net again, I will, because you are present in the boat. You are directing the moment, you are guiding the timing, and your word carries power that my effort alone never could. Lord, I don't want to miss what you're doing because I'm too tired to try again. I don't want disappointment to harden my heart. I don't want fear to keep me stuck. So I place my trust in you, and I whisper the same words Peter did. Because you say so. Because you say so, I'll keep praying and loving. I'll keep believing and showing up. Because you say so, I'll take one more step.